I still have a boss.
Yeah.
You know, my checks are written by a very specific company that, you know, I have to be careful sometimes.
I
And,
know.
you know, even doing this today, I'm like, just a little bit. I don't want to do that to you and sit here and like police myself the whole time, but I got to be like, just don't say this. Or, you know?
Right.
So Joe Rogan just had actor Casey Affleck expose how Hollywood systematically controls performers through psychological manipulation and financial dependency. We're getting rare insider testimony about the entertainment industry's grip on talent, from contractual restrictions to mental conditioning. This reveals tactics they use on all of us.
It was obviously good to me. Like it, you know, helped my life quite a bit. But it always felt like everybody was trying to become the same person.
Yeah.
But they don't know who that person is. I'm like, can you just tell me who the person is so I can,
Right.
You know what I mean? There's like a memo that went out that I didn't get or
Yeah.
something. So
Nobody got that memo. They were all playing it by ear, you know? And they were just, it was all dependent upon what the producers and the casting agents wanted you to be. So everybody would sort of adapt. Like, whenever you got a place where everybody has the same politics, that's not a good sign. Like, that something's gone wrong. And everybody has these progressive left-wing politics, regardless of whether or not any of their positions make sense. They all just sort of spit it out.
Well, I think it's just that there is sort of a desperation that gets bred from, I mean, these people left their families. They moved away. They left everything they've ever known and gave up a lot of comfort and security and love to follow this dream.
Yeah.
And so that dream becomes more and more and more important. You need it more and more because now you have nothing else.
Yeah.
You've given everything else up. And so I think at that point you can sort of mold people into whatever you like
for
them to
sure.
be.
This is textbook cult psychology. Strip away support systems, create artificial scarcity, then exploit the desperation. Hollywood perfected what totalitarian regimes use. Isolation breeds dependency. When people abandon everything for the dream, they'll compromise anything to keep it. That vulnerability becomes leverage.
And so I'm like I'm an asset to them in a different way. So it'll be interesting navigating that.
They'll probably try to talk you out of doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I probably have to sign something that I won't. You know, I'm not allowed to like ski. There's a lot of things because of the insurance.
Yeah.
Like if I get hurt and production has to shut down, it's a lot of money for them. So
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know if that's one of them though.
The insurance excuse reveals everything. Once you're valuable, they own your body completely. Can't ski, can't travel freely. It's not about protecting investment, it's about conditioning total compliance. Success doesn't bring freedom, it brings deeper control mechanisms.
The proof's in the pudding, man. When I'm in a city for a long time and I'm on my phone, I'm looking at Instagram and all that stuff. It takes a week before I feel insane, like completely crazy. And if I just put that stuff away and go outside, even in a city, like if I just put that stuff down for a little bit and go outside and connect with the person, I feel, infinitely better.
Yeah.
And if you just look at, the stuff on your phone and you're so sucked into that, you would believe the world is a shitty place.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you don't look at that and you go outside and you live your real life, it doesn't take long before everything feels good again.
Yeah.
Like you have hope again. You're meeting your neighbors or going to the grocery store or going to the post office. Like everything feels pretty good out there. It's just your phone telling you that this place is terrible.
Yeah. This is the big bridge to crazy. Much more than cities is these fucking things.
Oh, yeah.
They're the bridge to crazy.
And like, that's what AI is learning from. Mm-hmm. It's only learning from all this terrible information we're putting online. So
and it's accelerating.
It can't learn from the real world. It can't go to the grocery store and see that everyone's actually pretty good for the most part.
Right.
99% of what you do out in your real life is fine.
Right.
But it's only going to see the worst of all of us and then show us that even more, show that back to us because that's all it knows.
Right.
That's really scary to me, man.
He's connecting the dots perfectly. The same psychological manipulation Hollywood uses on actors, big tech deploys on everyone through social media. Curate negative content, create dependency, manufacture outrage. AI amplifies this by learning from our worst impulses, not real human connection.
I randomly lived in Austin during COVID.
Oh, really?
My wife and we got married in November 2019. She's from Brazil and I'm from Ohio. So there was nowhere we were going to live or it was going to feel like home. But I'd lived in LA for 16 years. I was ready to get out. We wanted to start a family somewhere else and we didn't know where to go. So we came here in December of 2019 and we had the best 2 months ever. And then everything shut down and we're stuck in an apartment, don't know anybody. And, it didn't really get a fair shake. We loved it while it was going. And then, I did about 2 months of lockdown, couldn't do it anymore. And then we bought an Airstream and just started traveling around. And then I had to be in Montana for work for Yellowstone. And we parked the Airstream up there and never left.
COVID lockdowns accidentally broke some people free from the control grid. Montana represents what escaping looks like: physical distance from the manipulation centers. The establishment hates when their assets relocate beyond their influence sphere. Geography is political power.
It's the best thing that's ever happened for me. It was just sort of like all the LA stuff we were talking about.
It's the opposite of that.
The opposite. I have no FOMO about anything anymore,
Oh, that's great.
I can just think and sleep and read and watch films, and it's the best.
FOMO is weaponized anxiety. Fear of missing out keeps people trapped in toxic systems, constantly checking phones, attending meaningless events. Physical separation from LA eliminated the psychological programming. Distance reveals how artificial those pressures actually were.
Our friends from California drove out, and we went on a hike, and we were in their car, and they had, Cali plates. And we get off the hike, and someone had written "Go back" in the dust on their car. Yeah. Like, people are super weird about. So I don't tell anyone like exactly where I'm at, because they would get really mad at me.
Dude. Montana locals understand the difference between political refugees escaping California's dysfunction versus missionaries trying to export it. The hostility isn't xenophobic, it's defensive. They've watched other states get ruined by people importing the same failed policies they claim to escape.
Oh, 100%.
Period.
Yeah, we all had to come from somewhere. Also, isn't it like the most American thing ever is that I can choose where I want to live?
Yeah.
That should be celebrated.
Exactly right. Mobility is foundational American freedom. The ability to vote with your feet when government fails you. That's what the founders intended. Competition between states, not federal uniformity. His move represents choosing authentic America over coastal artificial culture.
Where in there. And sort of one of the last things he sort of conveyed to me was like, if there's anything you want to do while you're here, do it, And it's something about that moment. I was like, I'm just going to fucking do it. I don't care. What's the worst thing that can happen? I'm another actor who made a goofy album.
Right.
So what? I got to do it, So I did. And then immediately it's like, well, now you have to go tour it. Otherwise, they're not going to put up the money for you to make these things if you don't go sell it.
Death clarifies everything. When facing mortality, industry approval becomes laughably trivial. His father's wisdom cut through years of conditioning about needing permission to create. Tragedy can be liberation from caring what gatekeepers think about your authentic expression.
Like not drinking. Like I just blacked out on nerves, dude. Like it started, my knees were shaking, my hands were shaking. This is before I knew about like beta blockers or anything like that. And the show was over and I was like, how was that okay? How'd that go? And everyone was like, it was good. It was good. I was fine. The fourth show I ever played was Stagecoach.
Physical anxiety from stepping outside assigned roles proves how deeply the conditioning runs. Hollywood trains actors like circus animals. Stay in your lane or face consequences. His body literally rebelled against breaking the invisible chains of industry expectations.
So I knew going in, like, I don't have the best story. I do come from nothing, and I did work my ass off to become an actor and all that. But, my way into the music was a little wonky. But
sometimes that's good because it makes you work harder to prove to people that you're legit. You know, because you have this thing over your head where they're like, fuck that pretty boy, motherfucker. TV star, motherfucker. Fuck that dude. Fuck Casey Dutton.
There we go. So the music's going to have to be good enough.
Yeah.
This reveals everything wrong with modern entertainment. They prioritize marketable narratives over actual talent. He's choosing quality over story packaging, which threatens their control model. When artists bypass their narrative gatekeeping, the whole system loses power.
And dude, you're talking about music. It can make good songs, though. I've heard you play some on here, and my friends will just, whatever apps they have, I don't really know all the new apps, but they'll just give it a prompt, and the song is incredible. And it does it in 10 seconds.
It's spooky.
It's really weird, man.
But it's only doing it derivatively. Like, it's only taking the songs that other people have written and just making sort of some sort of a conglomeration of them and spitting it out. Or it's redoing like an old hip-hop song in like a blues style or, something like that.
His observation about AI exposes Hollywood's creative bankruptcy. Most entertainment is already formulaic derivative garbage, which makes it vulnerable to AI replacement. The industry's obsession with safe, focus-grouped content created their own obsolescence. authenticity becomes the only defense.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like wanting to be somebody.
Yeah.
You know, they can come with, there's pros and cons to that. But one of the big pros is like anytime anything would get a little too dark and I realized I was losing my grasp on like what I was after, you know, professionally or whatever, I would course correct pretty quick.
Yeah, and if you don't have a thing, then it's just about whatever is fun. And what's fun is continuing to chase whatever high or whatever drunk or whatever it is that your demons are.
Personal ambition creates immunity to their manipulation tactics. When you have clear goals and internal drive, you can resist the seductive destruction they offer. The darkest moments become course corrections instead of surrender points. Ambition becomes psychological armor.
Right.
Because you're going to believe it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's the problem of being a star is that like all these people need you and their world of the show revolves around you.
The validation trap is their primary control mechanism. Once you need their approval, they own you completely. External validation becomes addiction. They control the supply, so they control your behavior. Internal validation breaks their entire power structure.